What's up, guys? It is Chris back with another watch video, and today we are looking at Meia Lua. This is their Inception in a black PVD. It's called the Deep Moon Black, and it is an automatic sort of sport watch. At least that's what they call it. We'll get right into it. So the packaging itself is sort of a leatherette type material. And it's just a nice little box. Inside, it is embossed with the name, same thing on the outside. On the inside, of course, you get a watch, a strap, and then, of course, warranty information. It's just 3 cards in here. Just gives you warranty information on operation of the watch and things like that. So a lot of brands have been doing this lately, where they separate the watch from the actual case to ship it in a box that actually protects the watch a little bit more, I would say, because this is all foam and it's actually embedded in there. The top of the actual box is in foam as well. So it does make sense. I like it. Some people don't like it. I think it's okay. I'm going to throw it on this strap and then we'll take a closer look at the watch. So here is the watch. So the watch does have quick release, so that's why they separate it from the case. It's very easy to put your strap onto the case. I think most straps are coming this way now. A lot of people like them. Some people actually don't like them. I do. I think it's really useful if you want to change your strap on your watch very easily for the everyday guy. It's very, very easy. You don't need a tool, and I like it. So you can see, as I mentioned, this is the Deep Moon, and it is all black. So it has black and some red accents. There's obviously white indices and white hands. Very, very legible, and just a red second hand and then a red 24-hour hand there at the 9 o'clock. Very interesting look to this watch, kind of different. The case itself is PVD coated, as I mentioned, but there are a few different little finishes on it. The back is in stainless steel. The sides are brushed, and then the actual bezel is polished. This is a limited edition, so they limit their watches and the colorways. Very, very limited, actually. So this is only limited to 75 pieces. It has a push-pull crown, 100 meters of water resistance, and then a little date right there that is very, very hard to see, which you either love or hate. I'd prefer, if they're going to do it this way and they're going to make it very, very small, I'd prefer that they didn't put a date at all. I say this in many, many reviews. However, more than likely, because this is a Meia movement, it's an 8 series movement, and you can see the watch does not hack when you pull out the crown to the time position. So this is an 8 series Meia movement that does hand wind but does not hack. They probably were not able to just remove the date wheel, and you would have a ghost position if they did that. So what they did was they sort of made it a stealthy date. It's very, very small, so it's there if you want to see it, but you won't be able to read it under most conditions if there's reflections and things like that, because it is pretty small, I will have to say. Other than that, the dial is very clean. It's sort of like a step dial with a little bit of a bump out on that center sort of ring. It's a sunburst dial. The indices are printed. The hands, as I mentioned, are in white and black, so the outline of the hands are actually in black, except for, of course, that second hand, which is all red, and then that other hand on the 24-hour scale, that's in red as well. Pretty nice dial. You have a little triangle here. I don't know what is actually loomed. I haven't checked this out at all, so we will do that in just a few minutes. Push-pull crown, as I mentioned, you do get 100 meters of water resistance. Very nice, big, grippy crown on here, and it's sort of like the crown that you see on the side of a Seamaster 300. It's sort of like I don't know how to. It's like pyramid shaped almost. It's really, really nicely shaped. I like that look. And it looks really good as the main crown on a watch. It does give it a little bit of a flare. This is a 42 millimeter watch, and the thickness on it is 13.2 millimeters thick. And then the lug to lug, which shouldn't be all that terrible, is around 49.1 is what I'm measuring. So about 49 millimeter lug to lug. So not incredibly thin, but not incredibly thick. The leather strap that it is supplied with is a very nice Cav leather strap. They have a few different options for this watch. I actually like it on the brown leather strap a little bit more. They also provided a molded end strap for it, and I'll throw that on there. The only thing is it didn't come with actual spring bars, so I have to get my own spring bars for this. I don't know if that was because this is a reviewer's watch, but I'll just use my own spring bars and I'll show you what this looks like on this watch. And it actually does look really good. The molded ends fit to the case really nicely, so it actually fits really nice on your wrist as well. The buckle on here is signed. It's sort of a generic sort of buckle. It is PVD coated. It's actually nicely signed, so not just lightly signed, it's actually pretty engraved. However, the buckle itself is just sort of a generic buckle. Overall, a very pleasing watch. A double dome sapphire crystal as well, I should mention. Let me throw it on my wrist so you could see on my 7.5 inch wrist. This is a 42 millimeter watch, 13 millimeters thick, so it doesn't wear tiny, but it doesn't wear huge. So let me show you very, very quickly. Today I'm actually wearing a kind of small watch. This is my Waltham Bathyscaphe. It is the watch that is actually made by Blancpain. The Blancpain 50 Fathoms Bathyscaphe is an exact clone of this watch. Really awesome watch. I love this watch a lot. So here it is on my 7.5 inch wrist. The strap is very, very comfortable, very nicely made. Feels really nice. I think they have a distressed brown strap. I like the combination of brown and black, so I definitely would go with that if I were choosing my own watch. This was provided to the channel. I don't need to return it. They also provided another watch that I'm going to be reviewing very soon. Very, very cool watch. You guys want to definitely tune in for that. So subscribe to the channel to see one of their new releases that's actually coming up pretty soon. I'll be doing a video on that kind of soon, actually. So there it is, 42 millimeters, 49 millimeter lug to lug, and 13 millimeters thick. If you are into all black watches, this looks really cool. It's something kind of different from most micro brands that you see. It's not really an homage to anything, which is good. A lot of brands do that, especially for their first watch. So I don't think they've made any other watches except for this. They're coming out with a second watch, and that's the one I was just talking about. So it just says the name of the brand, Inception, that it's automatic, and then it gives you a little information about the actual movement there, the 21 joules and stuff like that. A good amount of script on here, not huge, so they didn't take a lot of real estate with it. Probably didn't need it, but yeah, it's there, not bad. So very quickly, let's talk about price, and then we'll do a loom shot because I believe it is loomed. I don't know if those indices are loomed as well. I hope so. That would be really cool. But let's check that out in just a moment. Very quickly before we do, this cost $395 as you see it. I don't believe that comes with the extra strap. I think that is just on this strap. It is on the more expensive side, considering that it does have an 8 series Miyota movement. They've put a lot of attention to detail into the dial. I really like the dial. It's sunburst, and it's sort of stepped. It looks really, really nice. Very, very clean look on this watch. But it is on the more expensive side, considering that it only has a Miyota 8 series movement. They are going to be changing that in some models to come, so stay tuned. But this is $395. I do think it's on the more expensive side, as I mentioned, but I think it is a very cool watch. And if you are into the look of this watch, it's definitely worth the money. But I will put a link to their website in the description below, so you can definitely check them out. So very quickly, a loom shot, and then we will wrap up the video. Well, there you have it. Super Loom Nova on all of the indices and the hands. They even loomed the 24-hour scale and the hand on the 24-hour scale. They didn't liberally apply it to the indices, I would say, except for the 12 o'clock indice and the other major indices. The 24-hour scale is pretty much already faded, so it pretty much immediately faded. And the hands, those look pretty good, and that 12 o'clock indice. So not a ton of loom on this watch, but again, it is sort of a sport dress watch, not really a dive watch or anything like that, so kind of forgivable. I would like to see more loom on a watch like this, though, especially with a name like Deep Moon. That would be really good if they put some very bright loom on here. But besides that, it is a cool watch. I think it's a really good looking watch. I'm going to be doing a full review on this in the coming weeks, so I will do a strap change with that molded end strap that they sent along as well. I just have to get the spring bars for it, and then I will put it on the watch. I'll upload to Instagram a picture of it once I do that, just so you guys can see. But an interesting watch, a very interesting design. Obviously, they're going for something very different. A Portuguese brand, so interesting European sort of vibe to it as well. I do like it a lot. I do think it's expensive, and I do think it could use some lume. It's expensive because of the movement. The movement doesn't bother me, but the price I think is on the higher side. But tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon. It's super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.